Aha, so my bread dough in the loaf, it's still rising. One of the reasons why I like using foil lined is that when it gets a little taller than the pan, I can kind of bring the foil up and let it act as a collar so that when it goes into the oven at 350 and bakes until it's done, I'll get more into the time later on. Uh, this is part three of this. Uh, and so it's not actually a trilogy of videos. It's a franchise. But anyway, so I took the remainder, which filled about half of these cups up about halfway, and then I let it rise. What I did was I put a butter all the way over, uh, and so I'll bake these at 350. When these are done at 350, I will take them out and let them cool. And then I'll think about putting in the bread loaf. Because that's just one of the things that I can bake ahead. And it's tomorrow that we'll be eating it. But I did nothing, I didn't add anything here. What I think I'm going to do, though, is come over and add a little bit of a seasoning that I have called Everything Bagel. Everything Bagel. This is really great on salmon, and it's really great to have with salmon. Salmon bagels. If it's raw, and some people call it like gravlax and bagel, uh, uh, which is you know bits of salmon either left raw or just slightly cooked and then later on a bagel. I like to cook the salmon fully, though. I'm not really fond of sushi grade salmon. Okay, so the ingredients: minced garlic, coarse sea salt. So the sea salt is actually gonna, that's not something we should do constantly. Uh, Sesame seeds, black sesame seeds, chopped onion, and poppy seeds. So this is not something that you want to eat. Everything bagel seasoning is not something that you want to eat if you're concerned about opioid testing for any reason, because the black poppy seeds would throw that off. But everything bagel seasoning I'm going to put on top of these little muffins that I'm doing, these bread muffins. And one of the things that I'm doing, which you can be doing, is when I'm doing these little small little muffin things, I'm working with the consistency of the dough. So this is just a straight dough as it came out of the first three here. Just dough as it came out of the pot that it was risen in, and then working a little to fluff it up a little bit. I used a little flour uh, on the surface that I did this bread with. Um, when I was like folding it onto the when I was folding it onto the foil and the flour line foil, that was all-purpose flour. That I saw no reason to use a self-rising flour. I don't know that it would have hurt, but yeah. Um, so it gets, you know, uh, this macro has a touch of uh, all-purpose flour with primarily being self-rising flour, as does this bread. So, uh, and we see that we're right that it's rising in different, uh, yeah, slightly different elevations and consistencies. Uh, that's okay though. I have lost my little. I'm gonna pick this up and move it up here. I've lost my little. Uh, what was it? Almond. I lost my almond. I want to maybe put this up here a little bit. I want these. I want these to be like closer to the top of the bread. And we're getting a good rise. This is will not be much longer for the oven because it's already risen above the. It started out uh, rising to about half of its consistency, and then it was about three-fourths of the way up, and then now, even as I look, it's rising even above that. So once I put this in to bake it, it's probably going to be slightly above the foil. It's going to be a good loaf of bread. Um, anyway, let me pause. Let me pop this in. All right, so I was baking some pork chops for my dinner. Uh, what I did was I took these pork chops, put them in a Italian salad dressing in the fridge overnight, and just let them marinate so it got like the flavors really, really through all the way through these pork chops. And then over here is the bread as it continues to rise. And let's see what we got. I took the let's see, oven light. I don't like to open the door. I took these little muffins and I put them in here. Uh, and this oven was 350. The chops cooked at 350, and these muffins are going to cook at 350 for about 20 minutes. And when they're done, I'll take them out and I will put the bread in. And so it's CJ Miller, and I'm going to sign off from my kitchen in Shreveport, Louisiana, across the uh, Red River from beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana, and beseeching you sometime soon to come see us. I do see that I have lost. Hold up. I get a little, I want this on top. Once it cooks, I don't know why I'm testing. Once it starts rising, it's going to rise and cover all over this anyway. It's going to like, it won't even look like it looks now. It'll look like all this will like rise and cook over the almonds. So who knows what the hell's going on. Okay. Love you guys. And look for the next part of the video.